coming to you live for our pop-up Q&A today. It says it's live now. Yes, those of you who have been following know that I recently got hacked, and so I thought I had my YouTube set up, but apparently not. So we are just here on Facebook again. So welcome, everyone. And while we're waiting for some people to show up, there's a couple things I just wanted to chat about, some interesting things. And one is the psychic attacks that seem to be happening. So one, it was a real surprise that I even got hacked. So that was one thing. But, you know, I was talking the other day about how we attract into our life the things that we need to do deeper clearing, deeper energy clearing. So even I have blind spots, and even I work with mentors and people that help me pull up even higher. So that's how I see all of this as this whole energy thing that's going on. And when you're down here in the soup on this internet, this net and this web, this sticky web, you can get stuck. Every now and then you can get stuck. And so that did happen to me. And so I'm still digging out of that. But at any rate, another thing I wanted to chat about, a lot of people having some psychic attacks lately. Hey, Cindy, nice having you here. Roma, Jalpa, great. And Sanichi, that's a new person, great. So yeah, guys can go ahead and post your questions. And while I'm waiting for that, I'll just share a few interesting tidbits. So one is that I've noticed there's been a lot more psychic attacks. I've known and experienced it personally with myself, clients as well. And these darker energies that are on the planet that have been trying to hold down humanity for so long, people are waking up to the game. And so they're trying stronger methods of keeping us pushed down. The more we awaken, the newer methods that they have to try to keep us held down, feeling trapped, feeling helpless, feeling victimized, getting angry, fearful, all of the energies that they feed on. They have to stir those energies up. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to survive. So that we're noticing a lot more of their energetic attacks and psychic manipulation and so forth and so on. So we'll maybe address some of that today in some of your questions. And then one other thing I wanted to talk about, because a lot of you are experiencing grief. And this year you will be seeing a lot more death on the planet. And this also applies to our pets as well. So these are sentient beings that are also in the soup with everyone else. And so this may also be an experience for some of our pets. Hey, Carolyn, nice to have you here. So what I wanted to share was the person that I was working with wanted me to share this, so I am. I have a good client friend who has a cat that she's had for 13 years, and he started to not eat and starting to have some problems, and we did some energy work on him and helped him out. And but it's sort of kind of lingering. And so then the other day I was over, and she could tell he was starting to decline even more. So I went and did a clearing on him. He actually had a lot of anger. He had a lot of anger that he was holding. And so after I did the clearing, she said that he declined really quickly after that. And so she was obviously in a lot of grief, losing her pet, which it's amazing how attached and how much of a bond we can form with these sentient beings, and all the love we can put into these beings, and feeling their unconditional love back. And so these bonds can be really, really strong. And when a pet dies, it can be just devastating. And so this client was very devastated and just in so much grief. And so I saw her, maybe it was on the third day after this had happened. And so I asked if she was ready to let go of some of the grief because I know that grief can carry on for a lot longer than maybe is necessary. I know I experienced grief when my own mother died, and it was just very deep and very hard for just um, maybe an overnight kind of experience, but I just squeezed as much out of it as possible, and then I was done. So, everybody grieves differently. However, I think she wanted me to share this with you because many of you are suffering more than you need to, longer than you need to. Yes, grief is a process, and when we lose a loved one, we experience grief. That's a natural, normal emotion. At any rate, I asked if she wanted me to help her clear the grief, and so I did. And because she also hadn't been sleeping well, and she just was not prepared for the emptiness that she would feel in her home. Like this cat took up so much energetic space. She was actually surprised by this void that she felt when he was now gone. So at any rate, I did the clearing. And the following day, I asked how she was doing. Did she get a good night's rest? And yes, she was just so elated with all the emojis and had a good night's rest finally. And the grief wasn't there anymore. That's not to say she's not going to miss him. Obviously, she will still miss him. But that overwhelming grief that just pulls you down was no longer there. So if any of you are experiencing any kind of loss, this would also be another great thing to address in questions today. Or if you know of anyone that is experiencing loss, this would be a good time to share what we're doing here with people, and we can help them as well. So let's go ahead and see what questions you guys have, and we'll see how we can help. So let's see. Sanichi. Hello from India. I've been facing low self esteem and severe anxiety. I would love for you to clear my energy blocks and help me understand the root of my anxiety. All right. So, the first thing that I always check when someone is experiencing a lot of anxiety is whether or not they have a grounding cord. And you do not. So our grounding cord is an energetic line of energy. I like to make it big like a pipe, and it attaches from the base of our spine all the way to the center of the planet. So I'm helping you do that as I'm talking. And so if there is no grounding cord, then all the energies that we would normally release just keep circulating in our body over and over, and it creates a tremendous amount of anxiety so that we don't feel comfortable even being in our bodies. So that's number one. So we're getting you grounded. And then there's actually three parts to getting ultra grounded. The second part is sending roots down from your feet. They go through the earth all the way to the other side. So you will say hello to us on the other side of the planet. You wrap those roots around the earth, and then you start to bring up that earth energy. So yours stops right at the bottom of your feet. So you're not bringing that earth energy up through your legs. So I'm going to help you with that. And then that helps to keep your leg channels clear. The upper part of your legs is where you access your power from. And so that's a super important channel to keep clear so you stay connected to our earth, which is incredibly stable. It's a stable energy. It's ground. When we're grounded to the earth, that's very stable. Like a tree that you see roots that are just on top of the earth because maybe it's too rocky. And if it's very windy, that tree is just going to fall over. But if the roots go deep into the earth, then we're strong and we can have more confidence and more stability. So that's the second part. And then the third part to getting ultra grounded is to pull in our worry circle. Ideally, you wouldn't have one. Let's see how far yours is congested. Out to the third layer of your aura. So around our root chakra, there's a circle of energy that's I call it the worry circle, because that's what it holds. It holds a lot of worry, stress, anxiety, doubts, fear, uncertainty. So we're just going to go, and so as I'm doing this, I want you to follow along with me as though you're doing it, because I want to teach you guys how to master your own energy. Not that you just come here and I do some clearing for you and you go your way. That's not being very conscious. We want to be more conscious and aware of what's going on with our body, how things are happening. And so I'm glad you asked that, that you wanted to understand this. So you just imagine that you know where the third layer of your aura is, and we're going to pull in that circle from the third layer of your aura, and we're just going to make it smaller and smaller as we're sending all of this energy down your grounding cord, the one that we just created or connected. Okay, great. So now you're releasing all of this anxiety, this fear of stepping into your power. We're just sending all that anxiety and fears down your grounding, uncertainty, worry. And so let us know if you're starting to feel a little calmer. You still have about 50% fear in your energy field, which is in that root chakra. So we're going to pull that fear in. And sometimes when we release fear, we will lose our grounding cord, because fear causes us to contract, and then it can pull up your grounding cord. So as you're releasing fear, always keep an eye on your grounding cord to make sure that it stays grounded. Okay, good. Fear. Great job. So you just dump that fear right down your grounding cord. Your fear's at 0 now. Also, no anger. So let us know if you're starting to feel a little calmer, a little less anxious. You know, you're going to keep releasing, so it should just keep getting a little better and better. But let us know. I know this works, but other people here may not know that what we're doing here is real. So let us know. That was Sanachi. Okay, great. Hey, Samantha, nice having you here. Cindy, do I need to have fear in me in order for the fear entity to attack me? I'm getting a no. If I was clear of fear, would they not be able to attack? To do clearings every day. I do clearings every day, yet I had an issue the other night. So the answer is that fear entities can come into your energy field whether you're fearful or not. And then once they're in your energy field, then you will feel the fear that they bring with them. Fear, they bring a lot of anger also generally. So let's see if currently you only have 15% fear in your energy field, which is in the root, out to that third layer. So you can go ahead and pull in your worry circle and just send that down your grounding. So you currently have no fear entities in your energy field and no control beings. So those are the two that these influences, this powerful oppressive influence, these are the two spiritual energies. I say spiritual in that they are not of the physical. They are entities that can come into our energy field and start to affect us, it could even cause physical pain. It can cause us to think things that are not our thoughts, cause us to be afraid, which fear can show up in a million different ways. We can start to be unmotivated, discouraged, we might feel tired, distracted. So there's lots of ways that fear can show up. Fear can also show up as being obedient. I discovered this the other day, so, you know, complying with all of the mandates that are not laws, they're just mandates. This one in particular is one that people are being very obedient with because of fear. But people are also being obedient because of fear. Well, I guess it is still another fear of being ostracized by other people, or being ridiculed or made to feel like you're different, you're not going along like with everybody else, and as it should be. um, I personally go the opposite of the masses because not that's not where I want to go, where the masses are headed. So anyway, Cindy, your fear is now at 0. So yeah, so thanks for sharing that about the attack. This is something I helped Cindy with the other night, but this was sort of a residual question. So I had her come here and ask so that other people can understand about these attacks and how they can operate. So she, well, and actually, I kind of want to share a little bit more about how the whole experience happened, but I want to get your permission first. So I'll wait for that. Saksi. Lately, I've been facing a lot of menstrual problems and have been menstruating for the last 30 days. Can you please help me clear blockages and send me healing? So here is another really important thing to remember is that I am not a doctor and I don't heal people. So what I do is I look at the energy, I look at the energies, and I can help. What I'm helping you to do is help you heal yourself. So if you have not been to the doctor yet, I would recommend that to make sure something more serious is not happening. And I will also look at this energetically to see what's going on. So let's see, making sure you're grounded and you have no worry circle, so that's great. As the energy from the central orbit that comes into your crown, as it comes down the backside, it is stopping right at that second chakra. The energy is congested out to the third layer, which means or could imply that your power is not fully functioning in the second chakra. So we're going to pull in this powerlessness here in your second chakra. We're going to send it down your grounding cord. There's a lot of anger in it. And so I want to measure your anger right now. 100% anger. So you're holding a lot of anger in your energy field, and it's settling right in your second chakra, which is where the second chakra processes a lot of emotions. And so when we are energetically congested or distorted or things are not flowing in the second chakra, it's going to affect all the organs that are related to the second chakra. So it could affect your bladder, it could affect your ovaries, your uterus, all of your female organs. So all of that, for men, it could affect your prostate, which is actually more root chakra, but still all of your reproductive organs. So we're pulling in this all of this anger and rage, and we're going to just send it down your grounding. Okay, great. And so maybe you can share with us if you've been feeling angry. You may not be completely aware of how much anger you've had because I didn't measure before I started clearing, but even right now you're only occupying your body 50%. So you may not be aware of how angry you have been. So great. So we're just sending that all down the grounding. There's also more anger right at your root chakra, out to that third layer. So we're also going to pull in that worry circle around the root. And we're going to send all of that anger that's at your root down your grounding. Yeah, just take a deep breath and just let that go. And so if there's anyone else that has some similar issues related to this, you're also going to be helped by this. Because this is all about energy and frequencies and matching all of those vibrations. Okay, so Sakshi, let's measure your anger now. It's at 0. Let's see if in your body more now. 100% in your body. Um, the vibration of your uterus. That's at 100%. And ovaries, which energetically is a place where we tend to absorb energies at like trying to heal other people. And they're almost like sponges and they collect a lot of energy. So I'm just going to help you release that energy out of your ovaries and down through your uterus, down through your grounding, in case there's any residual anger in there. The ovaries also vibrating at 100%. Again, I'm not a doctor. It would behoove you to double check everything with a doctor in case this continues or in case you're curious. So, yeah, let us know if you feel a difference with that. Okay, great. Thanks, Sakshi. And Jalpa. Maybe these are all your friends you're sending. Jalpa's also from India. Can we clear the root of these bacterias in dad's urine, which tends to resurface? Okay. So last time we cleared this, as I recall, also a lot of anger. So again, the bladder is an organ right at that second chakra. Let's see how much anger your dad has right now. 50%, but it's in the second chakra, so that's going to affect the bladder. So need to keep an eye on keeping the anger not pushed down. We're not pushing anger down, we're releasing the anger. So maybe he, I know he's been more sedentary, so it's not like he can use that anger to get him to do something or to create some outcome. So this anger needs to keep being released. Okay, so let's see where the anger is now. 0. And the bladder is at 100%. So those two things, Jalpa, that you just need to keep an eye on those two things for this issue. And I know you're already working with a doctor, so that's good. All right, Michelle, can you please help me with removing my spirit guides and cords? Okay, let's see if you have it, cords. You have 5 in the root chakra. So the way to remove cords, we never cut, is you'll go to the root of your root chakra, to the core, and you're going to expand the circle there with the people maybe sitting on the edge of the rim. Just imagine that that circle is getting bigger and bigger as you expand that circle out through all the layers of your aura until all those people just, the energy just goes back to them. Okay, so that's simple, right? So be sure to do that on a regular basis. If you're ever curious or you ever think, I wonder if somebody's corded to me, they probably are. So then you can just do that. And then let's see if you have, so spirit guides, the ones that I check are outgrown spirit guides. So as we grow and evolve, we eventually grow past the point of how certain spirit guides have been working with us. So outgrown spirit guides, you have about 5. So if you take a pen and paper, piece of paper, you can write these down, and if you don't have pen and paper, you can go back and listen to this. I'll tell you where they are so that you can give your best shot at trying to remove them. So the first one is in the 6th chakra, out to the 3rd layer. So you would pull that in up into the crown. So that's one. We probably just already released it. Second is in the root, also out to the 3rd layer. So you pull that in, and as you pull it up into each of those chakras, check and see how far out it's configured into each of the chakras as you pull that up and out the crown and sending it off planet. The third one is in the heart, also out to the third layer. Same thing. Fourth one, also in the root chakra. This one is out to the second layer. It has a lot of anger and rage in it. So if you've been angry, just know it hasn't been your anger. It's been this outgrown guide that's been using anger to try and motivate you to get stuff done, blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't work. It's not your power. It's not your energy. And then the fifth one, second chakra, second layer, which has a lot of fear in it. So make sure you stay grounded as you're releasing that. And it also has a lot of anger and rage. So yeah, do your best to clear those, since this is a public platform and it takes more time to release all those. We don't have time to do all that, but that would be a good one to try on your own. As I say, I'm trying to teach you guys here, not trying, I am teaching you how to manage your own energy so you can manage this stuff yourself. And if you'd like a full report, you can request a full report where I measure 40 different things, including these outgrown guides, control beings, fear entities, chords, martyr, victim, shame, anger, your balance of masculine and feminine, how open is your heart, on and on. So 40 different things. So there is, you can always go to my website, KimberlySherry.com. It's the first thing that pops up. You can request your temperature, your full temperature reading there. All right, thanks for asking, Michelle. Samantha, Kimberly, not sure if you can see my comment, but I've tried to clear my energy, but still feeling lack of motivation and can't seem to move forward, just stuck. Samantha. Okay, great. Well, let's see why you're stuck. So at your solar plexus, which is like your engine, there is a big block that's out to that third layer. And let's see. This is a control being. So, and I checked, it's not a chord, it's not a fear entity, it's not an outgrown guide, but it is a control being. So the way that you remove this is you pull it into the core of your solar plexus. And I can see why you're having a hard time with this one. It's kind of a big, thick energy. And then as you pull this up into the heart, it also goes out to the third layer. Yes, it was in the third layer all the way up. So just pull that up and out and sending that off planet. So now that solar plexus is functioning at 100%. So hopefully that was all you needed. It was just a little bit of help there, a little nudge over the edge. Gayla, okay, great. Would you look at my root and sacral, please? I've done some work, but feel I'm missing something. Hey, Lynn, I know it's real. It is real. Thanks for saying so. Okay, Gayla. Root and sacral chakra. So let's check and see if you have a worry circle. Yes, you do, out to the third layer. So let's pull in that worry circle with all of that worry, stress, anxiety, everything that gets held in the worry circle. We just pull it in and just keep sending all that energy down the grounding. There's someone corded here as well. It's a female, but at any rate, we're pulling all of this energy in first, and then we're going to dump all this down the grounding. Okay, great. And now we're going to let's see how many chords you have in there. 1, 2, 3. You have 3. So all 3, we're just going to expand that circle at the root and just send all of these energies back to these people. So there's no residual, like if you cut it. Don't cut cords. Okay, good. So maybe you can breathe now too. Yeah, so that was kind of a big chunk. So let us know if you're feeling any different. Okay, so Sachi, we cleared her before, says, yes, my shoulders feel less tense and I feel a surge of energy in her body. Thank you. Great. You're so welcome. And thank you for coming on and asking and sharing. And come back and share this with your friends and with other people that you know will be interested. Fear, false evidence appearing real. That's right. And it's the thoughts that we think. And it could also be, because false evidence would be something that we would maybe see if we see something, but it it's not, the evidence is not really real. But we can also have thoughts in our head, thoughts that sabotage us, that fearful thoughts that keep us from moving forward. That's also another face of fear that just stops us, the energy. It may not be anything we see, it can be something that we feel. So just wanted to embellish that. Cindy, thanks for your answer. I appreciate your help. Great. You can share the information. Okay, great. So what ended up happening was her partner, who was in a Reiki class, was learning Reiki, and then that went to his class, and that night she had this experience of almost like a hand on her heart and very heavy energies, and it was just, it scared her. And so the following day, her partner did some Reiki work on her, which released the being, the entity, but then he started having problems. So we decided to look a little further and discovered that the woman that is doing this Reiki class, and I have a strong sense that she may be completely unaware that she has been overtaken by 50 fear entities. She's only in her body 3%. And there was one other thing we checked. I don't know if it was fear or anger. I can't remember. I think it was, the first thing I checked was fear entities. At any rate, she's not even in her body. She's probably completely aware that she's been inundated with all these fear entities. And so what they're doing is they're using her as a tool to then infect other people with these fear entities. So it's getting pretty wackadoodle out there. Like these people who are been controlling the planet are starting to get desperate, and they're turning it up a notch. And this is not going away anytime soon. I personally believe, and I'm planning on for myself, this you guys can check for yourself, but I'm planning on that and seeing that this is going to go on for probably about 3 years as the agenda becomes more and more obvious about what's going on. And, those of us who are more awake, we keep wondering, well, what's it going to take for people to get what's happening and what is being done to people, and how the vaccine is not a vaccine. And so do your own research. If you want some links, I can send you something. But I'm trying to keep that limited here because I've already been deplatformed on Instagram. So I'm here just trying to help you guys keep your vibration high, and so that we can combat these energies individually, and as we spread our energies out into the world, keep lifting other people up and out of the mire, because it's these darker energies that are feeding what's going on. And so it is a collective energy, and we all play a part in all of this. So just sharing that. Okay, great. Thanks, Cindy. So we did a clearing on her partner, and things seem to be stable for the time being. So good. Joanne, would you please clear me from blocks in building my business and generating revenue? Great question, which seems to be an ongoing issue for a lot of people. So first of all, let's measure your money vibration. It's at 500. So I'm going to do a quick money clearing, which all of you can benefit from, because I all want you to participate in this little exercise we're going to do. So I want you to imagine a pile of money sitting out in front of you. You're going to attach its own private, separate grounding cord from the base of this pile, all the way to the center of the earth. So you have your grounding cord, and then this money pile has a grounding cord. We're going to start releasing all of the energies that are causing your money vibration to become low. So first, you're going to release your mother's and father's energies, whether they're alive or not. It's their money programs that can be in your money pile. So mothers and fathers. So there's a lot of father energy. And then if you have a partner, a lot of partners out there. And also exes. Sometimes exes will be in our money piles. They don't want us to succeed. Yes, send them down your energy, down this grounding cord of your money pile. And then well-meaning friends. Nope. How about well-meaning family? Yes. They mean well. And then if you have children, possibly they're putting high demands on your money. Okay, it looks like that's good. This is kind of a weird one. We'll do pets. I've seen a pet in someone's money pile before, and she was spending so much money at the veterinarian. Okay, and then last but not least, we'll say here's another one. People related to business, whether it's a business partner, your clients, colleagues, etc. Anything, maybe a boss. I'm going to send all that down your cord of your money pile. Okay, and then last but not least will be the 1%. The 1% meaning that oppressive influence that currently owns and controls all the money on the planet, or the majority of the money. We're going to send them down this grounding cord. They're always in the money pile. Okay, so now the money pile is at infinity, which is where you want it to be. So imagine a liquid gold stream of energy coming out of the money pile. It's going to come above your head, and it's going to come down through the rings that are stacked above your head. Even if you don't know how many you have, just bring this gold energy into your crown and let it stir in the crown so you can give yourself permission to have, be, and do with money as you choose. Clean money, right? We're bringing in clean money here. And then as it comes down through the crown, the sixth, let it stir in that sixth chakra behind your forehead so you can clear all the limiting and lack mindsets. Okay, great. And then down through the throat, so you can have easy conversations around money. Let it stir in there. Maybe you're afraid to let people know how much you charge, or to go to that person that owes you money and ask them to give it back to you. Or just in general. Okay, throat down into the heart. Let it stir in there so that you feel worthy and deserving of receiving money. Money is an amplifier. It doesn't give you power or security. So as we come down into that solar plexus, we're going to clear out all the effort in the solar plexus. And because money shouldn't be a hard thing to manifest or create if our energy field is flowing. The money is just a representation of how well our energy is flowing. So, so we're clearing that, all the effort in there, so that you can activate your magnet, your feminine magnet in your solar plexus. So yes, you need to do plans and strategies and implement things. That's the masculine structure. But you also need to allow the feminine energy to magnetize and pull things to you effortlessly. So you're not chasing after money. You're not chasing and pushing and forcing. This should all flow. So as money is coming down into the second chakra, spilling down the root, now let's bring that money energy up the front, real close to the spine. Through the second and the third, let it stir in the third, clearing out more of the effort, pushing, chasing, forcing. 3, 4, let it clear all the coulda, woulda, shouldas, all those judgments, all the ways you're making yourself wrong in the heart. If I had done this, I wouldn't be where I am. If I should have done that. Just let all the past go. You can't do anything about any of what's in the past, right? So you just keep moving forward. Just keep taking steps forward. So let that stir in the heart. Good. And then as it comes up through the throat and the sixth and the crown, through all your rings, it's going to cascade down through all the layers of your aura. We're going to go out to the 15th layer, but we're going to start at the bottom. This is where that 1% hangs out in your energy field, affecting your money energy. So we're going to lift them up and out first. They're mostly up at the top around the 6th and 7th. Affecting how you think and affecting your ability to give yourself permission. And then let's let this high vibration of clean money pass down through this entire 15th layer of your aura. Okay, great. And then out to the 30th layer, we're going to start at the bottom. This is where that reptilian energy, which is another part of this oppressive energy, where they hang out in the 30th layer of your aura. You just lift them up and out of your energy field. And then let's let the money seep down through this 30th layer, recalibrating this layer. Okay, great. And then we're going to bring this money energy from the upper 4 chakras, so your heart, throat, 6, crown, and all of your rings. You're going to bring that out your right arm. So this is the giving masculine side. We have to start the circle of reciprocity by giving from our heart first. So we start the circle by giving, and then we put our fingertips together to allow the money energy to flow into our receiving hand. So that's backwards. This is my left hand. I do it backwards here because I'm working on you guys. So as you're bringing the energy out the right arm into your left hand, so it's stopped right at that left hand. So that's why you're not receiving, why you can't build your business, why you're not generating revenue, this is blocked. Let's bring the receiving up that left hand, left arm. And so this receiving applies to not just money, it applies to everything in your life that you want to receive, whether it's love or support or whatever it is. And this is a challenge for a lot of people because receiving is different, like give and receive is different than give and take. The outcome may be the same, but when you give and take, you're in control of both things. So in order for you to receive, you have to stop trying to control everything and you have to surrender. And you have to allow. You don't know how the receiving is going to happen, from whom, from when, or how much. And you have to just allow that to happen. So this is a challenge for a lot of you out here who feel like you have to control everything. And so this is a new paradigm of allowing the flow of money, of love, of support, of whatever it is that you're needing more in your life. This surrender is a new paradigm that is part of your growth and evolution. Okay, great. So now that energy is flowing through all of these channels and through all of your rings. Okay, great. And so that could be a very big part of why you're not generating any revenue, Joanne. So thanks for asking, and keep us posted, and keep coming back. And if you want something bigger, there's and if some of you have not gotten my book, there is towards the end there's a chapter in there where I tell you how to use avatars. So that's what I would suggest, Joanne, is to use an avatar for your business and run the energy through the avatar after you've cleared your own energy field, so then you can feel the difference. And then that's a whole nother layer of being able to work on your business. So super important. So the book, Access Your Ultimate Power, The Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence, is available on Amazon. And for those of you who are really struggling, if you're in the US, I still have a few books left that I send along with the book Fear to Freedom, which has one chapter in there that tells my story. And it's just for the cost of the envelope and shipping. So if you PayPal $5, you'll be able to get that. If you want more information or you're confused, just let me know here and I'll send it to you. I just need your address after you've paid the $5. You can put a note in with the $5. So I can send you the link, or you can just use kim@kimberlysherry.com to send the $5 on PayPal. All right. Yes, I've been feeling quite a bit of anger. So Sakshi, that's who we had cleared earlier. All the rage and anger in her second chakra, who is having menstrual problems. Great. Thank you for your feedback. Great. And Jalpa, you're welcome. Okay, let's see. The reports are amazing, so helpful. Thanks for saying so, Samantha. I know a lot of people. And her book is amazing. Wow, thank you for all the kudos. The report is amazing. It is truly a very generous offer, by the way. And it comes with a 30-minute chat. So the way some people are using this, especially those of you who are healers, who already have your own thing going, is that you can get the report and I tell you where everything is. You can go and clear your stuff with your own methods. And then at the 30-minute chat where I answer your questions about the report, then we can see how much you were able to clear and what's remaining. So that's one way a lot of people are using the report, which is super helpful in just taking a next step. So great. Thanks for the shout out, Samantha. All right, Jane, could you please help me clear any subconscious childhood trauma, if there is any? Oh, of course there is childhood trauma. We all have childhood trauma. Let's see what age wants to be cleared right now, because this stuff comes out in layers, and the deeper you go, then you get a whole nother layer. But let's see what you're ready to clear right now. In the root chakra, out to that third layer. So this is all about feeling safe to step into your power. Let's see at what age did you lose your ability to feel safe to be in your power. 2. Aw, so young. That's actually makes me emotional. Like little kids, where like they just want to have fun. They just want to be in their joy and wonder. And so at the age of 2, you were traumatized, maybe you were punished. And so we're just going to go back to that little tiny girl who just wanted to play and have fun. And we're just going to pull in. There's a lot of anger with this. And so we're just going to pull in that trauma and that um, feeling helpless and powerless and the injustice of it all. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Maybe if we go along your timeline, maybe there's a couple other ages that will also be helpful. The age of 5 in the heart, also out to the 3rd layer. So now you have another layer that got put on top of that little 2-year-old that it caused you to really judge yourself and make yourself wrong and feel maybe like you're the mistake, not that you made a mistake, because there are no mistakes. There's just learning, but someone made you wrong for learning. So we're just going to clear that out. At that same age, there was also a belief that got planted in your 6th chakra that related to being powerful. So you were definitely made to feel or to believe that the thoughts already started happening up here, that maybe you don't know what you're doing and you don't know how to do things. Because this is all related to your power. Okay, so that's, we're going to leave it at that because now you need to integrate this. So this little by little, you're going to start coming up and up and up as you start to heal these lower ages of childhood. So, notice if things that start to relate to 2-year-olds, you might be more conscious and aware of seeing 2-year-olds now, and you're going to tap into that little girl and start to see things a little differently. Like that little kid is just powerless. They don't know. They're just following along. And 5-year-olds, those will start to come more into your awareness, and now you're gonna start to see these see yourself at those ages, and you're going to start to see yourself a little differently. So keep us posted, Jane, and best of luck with that. Catherine, great stuff. Yes, it is. Thanks for joining us. No money, no honey. Luca, he's in Egypt. Yes, they're having a hard time there. So, Luca, I guess since you've only been on for 9 minutes, you probably missed the energy clearing for money. So, I would go back and listen to this after we're finished and get your money clearing with that. Good to see you here. All right, Samantha, thank you for your time and help, Kimberly. You are so welcome. Sandra, how do you let go of martyr energy and victim? My report says I had 50. Just put it down the grounding cord. Well, it depends on where the martyr is, where that martyr energy is. So in you, let's see where your martyr is. In the 6th chakra, out to that 3rd layer. So there's beliefs that you need to work hard. Like you have the belief, like, well, yeah, you do have to work hard to make a living. That's like a truth. So that's what you believe is true, but it's not. It's not true. But you believe it, so therefore it's true for you. You need to clear the martyr out of that belief because that belief has you in that energy of working hard, struggling, suffering, thinking that that's the only way to do it. So that's one place where the energy needs to be cleared. And in the root, also out to that 3rd layer. So you would pull in that worry circle with all of that martyr energy, because Your martyr has been giving you this false sense of security. Like, if I just work hard, then I'll never starve to death. And so that's um, that's not true. So, but the beliefs are there and the energy is there, and so it keeps creating the energy of working hard, suffering, struggling, thinking that that's what's going to keep you safe. So good. You send both those down the grounding. Let's measure your martyr now. 15%. So you still have some in that sixth chakra out to that third layer. So I would keep working on that, Sandra, in that sixth chakra. Keep pulling those beliefs that are not true around having to work hard. Um, it's just a belief. And so there's working hard as far as like I stay busy. I so here's how I try to have my week set up. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, full busy days, not hard work, full busy days. And then Friday is my off ramp to the weekend. I try to take Saturday and Sunday off. Monday is the on ramp to the weekend where you start gearing up. Not hard. None of that's hard. But full busy. So that's the difference, is you can have a full busy schedule, but it doesn't have to be hard. So taking the martyr out is taking the hard out. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody coming on today. And thank you, everyone. That was perfect timing. And we are at the top of the hour. And so I will be back on Friday. But I also want to tell you one more thing. Kajabi has been having some trouble, so I have not been able to get in there for at least 5 days now to finish the program that's supposed to be launched in 2 days. So what we're doing starting on this Thursday, March 4th, we're going to be marching forward into this spring energy. So we're starting to come out of our winter hibernation, and a lot of you have been feeling it even more so because of all of the lockdowns, etc. So we're going to be starting the daily meta clearings, which are every day for 20 to 30 minutes at 8 a.m. And they're all recorded. And I've had plenty of people that have just, because of the time zones that they live in, and they're on the other side of the world or Australia or whatever, they listen to just the recordings and have amazing results. So we're going to spend 2 weeks burrowing down, clearing all the stuff and planting our seeds of intention, so that when it comes to the spring equinox, we are going to launch our rockets of desire, and then we're going to have another week after that where we can integrate and start to really see what we want to plant and grow. We're really going to see those really start to blossom after that. So if you have something that you would like to, a desire that you would like to manifest, whether it's a new relationship, you'd like more revenue in your job, maybe you're looking for a new place to live, whatever it, maybe you have some health issues, maybe you're trying to get to your ideal goal weight, whatever your thing is, your desire is, if you want some help launching it this spring, join us. You can put in the chat, launch. I want to launch. And we will get the information to you. And if you're, yes, so we'll get the information to you. And then we're going to get started this Thursday towards daily notching away, inching away, and all of this stuff, little by little. It just builds and builds and builds. And it's amazing what you can create in a month. So if you want to join us, put launch in your comments and we'll get the information to you, and we are going to be ready to rock and roll on Thursday. The first meeting will be on Zoom, and all the other ones will be on a phone call where you just listen and really just drop in. All right, I'll see you on Friday for Friday's inspiration for another hour-long clearing. And we will entertain some ideas on Friday. Thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully we'll get YouTube set up so we can also get on there as well. All right, sending much love. Namaste.